Alright, my fellow babies, this is your Tuesday morning garden update, week 12. And as you can see, we're getting towards the end of our season on some of this produce I've been growing here. We'll walk on down the tomato aisle first. My Super Sweet 100 is still putting out plenty of green tomatoes, still putting out flowers. This is growing really well. I've not been able to stake it up any higher. I don't have any taller stakes. Moving on down the line, this one has given up on us, so I'll be pulling those tomatoes today. Same as this one's going out. That little cherry tomato that started putting off the red ones first this year, it's still got flowers on it. It's still putting out green tomatoes, but it ain't really gotten no bigger. I mean, it's just slowly doing its thing. And this one, what you see here is this vine tomato plant, and it goes all the way over there, and it grew through this stake and is now growing up again. But this one is buried up here with the stake. That one did pass, so we'll be pulling those up today. And sadly, this one's passing away on me. It's got its yellow leaves coming in. I believe I had some kind of fungus in this dirt that just made its way all through it. But these cherry tomatoes here are still doing pretty good, and it's such a strong plant. I've never seen one that puts roots out near the top like that. I thought that was interesting. Moving on. Potatoes. That back end down there must have been the different types of potatoes. I believe I'm going to try to dig around and see what they look like. If not this week, if not today. These over here on this side are doing pretty good. We got a lot of weeding to do. Still hadn't pulled up the rest of my beans. Just been letting them put off as much as they can this time on this top round here. These white beans are really giving me a second round. It's interesting. Went ahead and pulled up the black beans, and I haven't had time to put anything there yet. The lima beans. We're finally getting some lima beans. There's one there. There's one over there. There's a couple of them down the line. There's a big one. Big lima bean pod there. But that's getting nice and bushy. And of course, these marigolds are getting bigger and bushier and splitting on me. That one right there and the big one in the beginning, I'll show you. They got too heavy on the sides and split. So I've been letting these flowers just kind of wilt back a little more than I have before I plop them off. Want to make sure they're all good and pollinated so they put out many flowers. But this zucchini's still struggling to make it here. And my squash actually came back pretty good. I've got a lot of squash on there, a little baby squash, a lot of blooms. That squash is coming back pretty good. It made the survival. I've got several on there I've got to get off today. That one there. There's a couple here. So my squash, even though it had its little hard point right there, that powdery mildew, it's still come back. And I do believe that's watermelon. I do believe I've got watermelon vines, but it's probably too late for them to do anything productive. Now my okra. I've been getting okra off. And as you can see, there's some okra there. I mean, it's getting ready to start taking off like it's supposed to, I believe. Because usually when I plant okra, I get a lot of okra. And I mean a lot of okra. But they're getting really tall. Putting out some really pretty blooms. Look how big that bloom is. It's such a nice, cool looking plant. There's another one there. Several on that one then, so I'll probably come around and get a couple of them off today. I don't like letting it get them too big. Once they get too big, they get too hard and it don't taste as good. Now let me tell you something about this corn. The other day I went through and I started picking some of the first ears that were on there, and I got 41 out of both rows right here, 41 head, and out of those 41, 34 were like completely done and edible. The other ones had bad worm issues that got down and ate pretty much the whole thing. But even though I got 41 off of that, I still have a whole lot of corn. There's 2 stalks there. One on that one, 2 on that one. Still have a whole lot of corn to get off here. There's some corn there. That one may be done there. And so I do need to check these, pull them back. See here, I do have some bug issues. It's that time of year where no matter what you put out, no matter what you do, you're gonna have bugs. But there's still a lot of corn on here. I think I damaged the root system on those when I pulled them, because for some reason a lot of it started yellowing out. And I found that kind of strange, being that the rest of them are green. The cucumbers have almost stopped cuking. It looks like they're trying to come back, but this one down here on the ground, it's got a good little green on it on that side too. So we might still get a couple of them on here. I noticed a lot of them were, well, here you go, here's a few here. They're turning yellow, and they're not forming the way they should. So I guess it's probably a lack of water. Everything is getting so tall in the garden, and my sprinklers are a little bit shorter. So I think you're getting a lack of water happening. Banana trees are looking wonderful, getting nice and big, as well as the sweet potatoes. All these sweet potato vines here, I can't wait to see what comes out of that, because it looks so good. They look so healthy in my eyes. Oh, there's one of the flowers. Pretty neat. Like I said, it was a surprise to me to learn that sweet potatoes were part of the morning glory family. My peppers are doing real good. I'm still letting all these guys just turn red before I get them off the buns. I like the good hot ones. Same thing with these habaneros. I'm really wanting them to turn their orange colors. But there's a good many of them on there. Got plenty of them over here. Many starting up. Jalapenos, bell peppers, they're all doing good. They're all doing real good. Which brings us to the asparagus. Alright, so my asparagus is doing really, really good still. It's just a fun thing for me to grow. I've never grown asparagus before. This was an experimental part of the garden here, and you know, it seems that it's doing okay, so I'm gonna let them keep growing, and by this winter I'm gonna keep the root systems, dig them up, and try to keep them from, you know, getting too cold and dying in the process of keeping them alive. I've got to get over there and get those nightshades. All those nightshades over there are just, they're getting too close now and outgrowing some of the area. So I'm gonna pull a lot of this stuff up. It's got a lot of weeds. I've been letting it just grow to see what would happen as companion planting. Now my dill, that one in the bucket is even doing good, but that one back there is kind of taking its time. It's a really nice thick stalk on it though. This guy here, a lot of good things. My lemon balm is putting out some more greenery. This big old pile of parsley here. I made tabbouleh salad with it yesterday, and man, it was delicious. I'm more a fan of the curly parsley, so I'm growing the Italian here, and parsley's parsley to me when you love it. The sages I've got are doing good. That little rosemary hiding under that weed is doing okay. And that marigold and that marigold are kind of shading them out. And not sure where that rose bush is. I can't see it. But Dun, dun, dun. This huge marigold here has opened up in the center. It's just, I'm guessing it's going to start trying to fill in the gaps, but that is one of the largest marigolds I've ever seen in my life. And my onions are doing good. I got some really good sized onions here, like this one. It's decent size anyway. It's not overly large. This whole first onion row is covered by this marigold. That thing expanded that far out. But as you can see, some of these are leaning over, so I'm going to go through either within the next few days. When a good bit of these start to lean over, I'm going to knock them all down and let all that energy spin back into the bulbs. Now my eggplants are doing really, really good. Still putting out good, healthy eggplants. I got several on each. Another one there, a little one there, one that ain't started, and then a bloom. I mean, they're still just putting them out. Same thing with this one. Got several on that one. That one probably will come off today. But these guys, man, they've been going really good. I got one really nice one off yesterday, and I got one in the back I'm going to get off today and make some baba ganoush with. I got one of those, which is the Ichabod. I got one of the Black Beauty off yesterday. And that one I'll post a picture behind the video. It was a really nice one. There are several of them on here. Doing really good. Got there. Little tiny ones, more that haven't started, and blooms that haven't even opened. And we get down here to the top, we got even more. So I'm expecting to get a lot more of those off. A lot more of the eggplants. And as you can see, my Mexican heathers are doing real good. They're getting bigger. I love these plants. I gotta cut the grass, mow the grass. I wish I had one of those push grass cutters. And you can't even see what that trellis was. In fact, it sways a good bit in the wind. So I'm hoping that it'll withstand and won't snap over them. Can't see the Asian jasmine. I'm hoping that it's okay and maybe still alive down there somewhere. And there's the rooster crow. So I tell you, thank you so much for watching for 12 weeks in a row. It's been great watching the garden grow and being able to share that with you all. I hope you all are having a very wonderful day, and I will see you next week.